Did you ever meet anyone else from Bang Bang Boogie besides Cuban, of course?
Mysonne. Mysonne. I was cool with Mysonne at one point, man. You know, we got a couple records, you know what I mean? And I guess I guess once the whole Slay situation, you know, I had got with him one day and called him and told him to jump on a record that I was doing, and he was like, he said, "Lou, you know, I hope you understand. I gotta eat. You feel me? You know, I'm charging now. I'm charging like 4 racks." I said, "What, nigga?" I said, "4." I said, "This nigga's crazy." I said, I said, "I never paid for a feature in my life and got bigger names than him." And it's not discrediting him and what he did, but me and him did records before where it was not, you wouldn't even fucking dare say, "Yo, I'ma charge you for something." And I just thought it was lame as hell. You feel me? Man, you supposed to be on it better. You know what I mean? So I said, you know what? I laughed when he said it. I said, listen, bro, I can dig it. I said, I understand what's going on here. He said, nah, Lou, I don't want you to feel like that, bro. This and that. And I said, yeah, I understand what's going on here. I said, it's cool, my nigga. I said, listen, just do you. Don't worry about it. And I left it at that.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And I just I felt like he was lame as hell for doing that shit. You feel me? Lame as hell. But, you know, at the end of the day, I don't wish nothing bad towards that man. He doing what he doing. God bless him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, a bigger man, because somebody else did that same shit to me and he apologized to me, and that was Fred the God. May Fred the God rest in peace. And Fred the God, you know, he was like, yo, I just didn't want to get in the shit with you and Slay. But, you know, honestly, you know, I should have just, you know, yo, I was fucking with you from day one. You know what I'm saying? When I took 6 Underground Music Awards and he was there. He took 2 of them shits and I took 6 of them. So that speaks mountains of my resume. You feel me? Some of these niggas couldn't even do what I was doing in their territory. And that was in New York. I won all them awards. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking their awards, winning more shit than them. Best lyricist, um, artist of the year, all kind of shit. I got the shit on tape. I got fucking receipts. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, Fred the God showed class, came, apologized to me, because I brought him to Camden. I brought him to Camden with Cuban. I brought Cuban, and he had a talk with me, and he said, damn, bro, he said, with all that, you still bring me to Camden. I owe you an apology. You know what I mean? I said, for what? He was like, nah, because I was ready to charge you and shit, you know, because of the whole shit with the Slay situation. You know, they telling me, yo, you know, charge me or whatever. You feel me? The case may be. And, you know, it took a real man to do that. You know what I mean? And I always had love for Fred the God because of that. You know what I mean? And we just, you know, we just kept on building from there, and it, you know, that was it. You know what I mean? But Mysonne, I felt as though, you know, if that was the same reason because of the Slay situation, you know what I mean? Like that shit was just lame because, you know, we was just starting to get to know each other. You did a couple tracks that we was already vibing on. He was on the Goya product with a twist of soul food. You feel me? And I was in with Slay at that time, but I don't think he knew. And then when the Slay shit started getting more serious, I think, you know, he started playing sides, which is all cool, but say that. You know, just say that. If he would have came and said, look, man, I fuck with Slay, boom, 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 then I'm like, good. All right, cool. I understand that. But don't make it about something else and make it look like you gotta eat and now, you know, you charging. Fuck out of here, man. That shit was corny as hell. You charging 4 stacks, I'm charging 10. Fuck out of here. Shit's
All
crazy.
right.